All right, this is a big day. Big day, big day. All right, so hopefully this is the moment I've been building towards for a while. Can I get images off the headset? We're about to find out. All right, so where did I leave off? So, oh, right. So, where was that conversation? This branch, I don't think I need anymore. Right, I don't have a branch right now. Git status, git checkout -b, call it camera server extension. Git diff. Right. Okay. Let me just add the add-ons. Main. Because this is actually kind of working now. Might as well back it up. And let's push that up. Git push origin. And it's going to think about it. LFS has got to take hold of some of those files and control them. You know what? I'm just going to call this pass-through camera API access. Boom. Nice. All right, that's what I'm working on. And this is a big deal. So this is where the rubber hits the road on this project. And I believe I'm really close because I did install the library. I had to upgrade to Godot 4.4, which I didn't think I could do. I thought that that was going to cause problems for me, but that actually worked. So I was able to upgrade all the Godot XR, VR, AR libraries. They all worked. My other add-ons worked. I ran it on the headset. Everything seems to be running. So I think that was good. So then I went and got the camera server extension, which seems to only work with Godot 4.4. I tried using it on 4.3. I tried building it myself. That didn't work. But hey, it seems to work on 4.4. I put on the headset. It launches. And actually, let me get that up for... Let me just confirm that. Let's get MetaQuest link. And can I... Actually, I don't need the cord to cast, right? I can unplug that. And then I think I can open the headset, go into settings. Yeah, let's do AirLink. Hold on. No, wait. See? Now it shows up. Cool. And then is it through here? Through here I just do cast. Sure. Okay. And then let's turn that on because I don't want to show my desk really. Okay, cool. So I can kind of just leave this up all the time then. Can I also get trickle power by having it actually plugged in? Let's go with that. Because otherwise the battery's not going to last forever. Yeah, so now it's on slow charging. And 68%. So that should be good. Hopefully it charges slowly, but even if it doesn't, as long as it doesn't deplete quickly, it'll be fine. Okay, so now I want to launch the app and confirm that everything's working as expected. So that means the workflow for today is going to be click launch. That's going slow. Sweet, so I don't even need the headset on. Ooh, okay. I'm liking this. That's gonna make my life easier. And then I can take a screenshot. I can do a recording from here. Hopefully... Oh no, the recording goes on the device. That's really annoying. I'd probably just use OBS then to record it. Alright, still doing the building. I don't know why. Sometimes it's really fast, sometimes it's really slow. I don't really get it. Alright, let's see. Hopefully this is the only slow time. Wow, this is going slow. I've never seen it this slow before. There we go. And I wonder if it's going to... What's it gonna do? Oh, my network is struggling. I wonder if my machine is just working too hard because of the casting. What's my FPS? Ooh, well, 30. That's fine. OBS, what are you telling me? OBS seems happy. Okay, so I'm getting a gray screen here. I wonder if this is the... Yeah, it is. Okay, so I can't cast and show what that looks like, but it's asking me for permissions to the camera, which means that that library should be working. So I'm going to hit allow, and now... Right, now we're casting in like that. Okay, but I think this isn't going to work, right? I'm just going to hit that. And let's go check the logs. I don't think anything's going to work. Which is why I got a fix today. Whoa. Have image available. Camera frame available. Okay. This wasn't working yesterday. Alright, kill it. Kill it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Stop. Kill it. Okay. All right, that's what I had to do. All right, next time I'll just kill it quicker. And its errors. Can't save JPEG to... Wow, okay, so I actually did have this working. YouTube, why aren't you happy? Okay. Thanks, YouTube. It says it's not getting enough data. All right, well, I don't know what to tell it. Cool, so that should, well, actually no, that's on main, right? Maybe this error is happening because it actually did succeed once. Yes, 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 all the warnings. And then we got this error. Okay. Well, at least I got plenty of logs, so it's not like the logs overflowed and then I lost the older logs because I need to be able to see the top of things. So initial setup succeeded. Well, there are two things I can do. So I can do ADB ls, right? Is that what I do? Vim docs. What is my? It's my Android docs. ADB shell ls. Here, I'll blow that up. Shell ls dash la SD card slash Android slash data slash com room. Nothing. Okay, so there's not on the device. There's a small chance that it went to the local file system, but I doubt it. Okay, so it's just failing to write it. So let me see here. What did I do? Let's clean this up. If not, if we don't have permission granted, connect to the on permission result signal and request permissions. And that's going to go to on permission result. Permission granted, checking available feeds. Feed active true. So I'm going to leave all this set up here. Okay, so this was, I think this is the thing that fixed it, because I think before I had that as just camera feed, and I needed it to, I needed to make its type camera feed extension, and then it all started working. Hold on there, chap. You don't belong here. Ban. Post nonsense, get banned. I'm not even gonna play around with people. Okay. So I guess I had this working yesterday. I just went to bed thinking it didn't work. That's always funny how that can happen sometimes. Or, you know, you come in and you spend 2 seconds on something and then all of a sudden everything works. Alright, so I set its format to 1. Maybe I can set a breakpoint. I'm almost certain I can. Alright, so we got to there, feed active true, and then we wire up our camera feed frame. I don't think I need to do that. I think I can just do that, because self is implied. Sometimes I use self just because it's a little bit more explicit, and I'm used to it from other languages. So I'm not going to do this. What I am going to do is set a breakpoint here, and let's run again. And then where is our terminal? Yeah. I'll keep that over here so I can see it. But I'll be checking to see where it writes files to. Yeah, if it's going to save files, it's going to be on the device. It's not going to be anywhere else. Much faster. This is the speed I was expecting. Maybe it just needed a proper rebuild, which it didn't get before. And you know what? Maybe I can shrink this down. Let me do the permission prompt. It's going to be annoying if it has to ask me that every single time. Okay. We hit our breakpoint, right? Right, camera texture is a new camera texture. And I think that's what I had read, right? Someone was saying, how do you use it? After getting a camera feed, you need a camera texture and set the feed ID to the feed you selected, then activate the feed. Did I do that? After getting a camera feed, you need a camera texture and set its feed ID to the one you selected, then activate the feed. Okay, this video. Let's see. Feeds, get name. I don't see a camera texture though. Material. Okay. That's the only file he's got, so it should be pretty straightforward. So for each feed, it has a name, print the name. camera name is left empty, use the first available camera. If camera's null and camera name is blank, or name equals name, camera equals feed. All right, well, this isn't going to tell me anything, this anyway. So let's just continue that and let me kill this. And how's the battery life doing? $63, that's not good. Okay, so it's losing power while doing this. And this is also eating up resources. So maybe I'll stop casting until I have something interesting to show. All right. So let's see here. Maybe there might be a permission here that I can set for like local file system permission. Media location could be it. Cell phone, call privileges, call privileged, capture audio output. Might as well turn that on. I can try to go minimal permissions later. Install manage account, manage documents, manage external storage, media content, not that that matters. Here we go. Write to external storage. Thought there would have been more than that. Pass-through required, render model. Anchor API, anchor sharing. All right. Oh shoot, I probably, since I'm no longer casting, I need to turn back on the regular link. Yep, it's gonna fail. Of course it's gonna fail. Okay, so it's connected. Let us run it again. And now when I run the ADB command, oh, nope, still nothing. Maybe now? Nope. There we go. Okay. Allow permission, and then I'm going to immediately kill it, probably, right? Do allow. It's loaded, and then I'm going to quit. Okay. I probably don't need a new texture every time. So let's bring this up here. And then what did they say? After getting a camera feed, you need a camera texture. And set its feed ID to the feed you selected. So camera texture dot camera feed ID equals camera feed dot ID. So according to this, then activate the feed. He replies saying, hey, here's an example. Your example doesn't show any of that. It does set it to be active, but it doesn't set it to anything else. And it's not even using the same, it's not even using the plugin, it's just using camera feed. From 2 years ago. Do you have a branch? No. let's roll with that. Again, as soon as there's something interesting to show in the VR headset, I'll show it, but for now, I'm not going to waste my time. Loading, loading. Allow permissions. Let it finish loading, and then I'll immediately kill it. And quit. Okay. And did we see anything there? No. And just to be crazy, no. All right, so what I'm going to look at now is, does save image tell us something? So where do we have save image? Oh, here we go. So it should return. Let's do var error. Should be an error. Do you like that? Might as well just do print. Save result. Okay, fine. Can I just cast it to a string? Godot seems happy. And then so this is an image. Might as well run that. So maybe let me think, while that's doing that, its thing. Let me think of the next thing I want to try. So I could try just writing, like displaying the image somewhere. Godot display image 3D. Sprite 3D, right? Well, okay, hold on. This is running, right? Let me finish this test. Give permission. And kill it. Save result 1. Okay. What is save result 1? Okay, 1 is failed. Generic error. Still failing. So it's just a generic failure. Cool. No details, no nothing else. No debug errors. Okay. Just, well, I guess camera feed frame can't save JPEG to path. Let's see here. Let's go to GitHub and let's search this. And then path is star.gd. So we'll get Godot only files. Image to buffer. Capture what the player sees. Interesting. Screenshot. Take a screenshot and save it as a JPEG file in the user -- folder. Experimental. Note. Cannot be static because self.get viewport. Date and time. I like that, the date and time. I'll borrow that. And it's not going to like it. Actually. Yeah, there should be strings. And then the path. Ooh, okay. This makes sense. Let's do file name. Okay. Let's give that a whirl. Title suffix. Oh, okay, so you're just adding that on. And then you add a .jpg. Right. You get the image and then you just call save. That, in theory, should be it. So let's give this a moment. It's loading. Getting the 3 little dots. Permissions approved. It loaded. Killing. Save result 0. Ooh. Okay. Big money, no whammies. But where? I have a tricky command for this, right? Yeah, no changes there. Yeah, Vim, Docs, Android. I can search, right? So yeah. Always annoying. Control insert. Shift insert, but I'm looking for reading room star. Interesting. So it saved it, right? It only saved 1 though. Wonder why that is. But no errors. And the output was 0. If not, error. What was it? What did somebody else do? Global scope. Class image. Right. Oh, here we are. Oh, I see. This is all under a global scope. If error is not equal to OK. Don't you have like a readable version? Maybe it is. I don't care that much. So, failed to save. We'll just do that. It says it succeeded. So, user : // If I go into, here, I'll just launch VS Code. Do I have VS Code over yet? I do. So when I went and got files from the file system, all right. Let me look at this. Let's drag it all the way up. So, if we're on Android and we have SD card, then use the user directory, which maps to the app's internal storage. Globalize path. This is from C++, of course, so it's a little bit different. But then when we initialize test data, yeah, we check to see if test data is there. And then we make directory. And then we open from our local res, not from user. Right, that's right. This is how I'm doing the copy. We then write to user://test data. So I need to go find where test data is. And it doesn't have it because maybe it's... Why? Stop being annoying. Alright. It doesn't have it because maybe it's not running right now. So let's run it again. And then this time, while it's still running, I'll go check. In fact, I should be able to do that now. How does that make sense? I know it's there. Oh, it says failed to save 0. That's not right. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. Do I even need this anymore? Let me put this over here. Actually, I might not need this anymore. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Yeah, kill that. There we go. Okay. Okay, I lost the plot again. Hold on. Error. If error is not equal to okay. Weird. I know. If not okay. I already did not. Silly. Okay, anyway, that's saying it succeeded. And it did it like 500 times. Let me do a Boolean. Bar should save. So bool equals true. If should save tab, yeah. Else should save equals false. Print. Success. Okay, that way it's not going to run like forever. And in fact, I'm not going to set a breakpoint. I don't need to. Oh, of course it's not going to. Well, no, it should. When I initialize OCR, it should be creating test data. So why is test data not on the device? It might be because during initial load. Oh, is the issue here that I'm running this in main? That could be problematic. No, it should be fine. It just means that it's going to be in a weird spot. It's not where the permanent code would go. Okay, allow permissions. Okay, we've loaded. It said success, so we should be done. OCR init succeeded, so why do I not find test data? Like, that should be on the device somewhere. And in fact, just to extra confirm, and then this is a moment where I kind of wish I was broadcasting by display so you could see this. But failed to load image. Oh, because I didn't put an image on there. Okay. That's fine. I know what I needed to do for that. Yeah, let's copy our file. And now if I run it, now it's processing. And this is going to be way too slow because it takes forever right now because hopefully I can boost the speed, but right now it's just feeling like it can't handle. The hardware is just not good enough, which I hope is not the case. So let's give this another, I mean, it's literally going to take a minute. Like a minute and 20 seconds or something like that, which is horrendous, but I'll make that a problem for another day. just confirm that this thing's working. You know, I could do a test. It's possible maybe it's just the first image that fails. Yeah, so it succeeded. It did the OCR. And now if I run that test data check, it should be on there. And it's not. Well, that's where I put that file. So that's not the right location. That's what that tells me. Since it is on there and I have access, device access. So let me just dump everything. Oh, actually, this is going to run forever, right? All right. Or I could just kill this, right? And then look at the quest log. Let me just widen this out. Improve readability at least a little bit. Oh, darn. Okay, so it... Error. Call in the thread function. Yeah, that's not in my code. And the logic works, so... Things shut down. I just don't have the logs then. Oh, wait, hold on. What's today's date? The 30th. $11 a.m. Okay, no, so this is from just now. Oh, maybe this is the previous run. And then this is a reboot. No. Shouldn't be. Well, we'll know in a second if I see logs that show startup logs. Failed to remap face tracker. Okay. It's kind of my first time looking through these logs, so just taking a moment. Because if I just have some general familiarity with what the logs normally look like, I'll know what errors later I can ignore because they are errors that have been there forever. Maybe I can turn off like some of these events so I just don't see them. Nope, that's the end of the file. Okay, so this... Let me try it again. This time... Wait, cancel. Let's not that kind of file to close. There. Let me okay. Let me kill that. And then let's run this again. Let's have you queued up. The second it launches, the second it's ready to go, I'm gonna start tracking it. Another moment, and come on. There we go. Logging. Cool. Permissions. I don't really care if it fails to load the file, but I'll just trigger that anyway, and then quit from the headset. And then we'll kill the log. And now let's see what we have now. So this should be everything. 1107 is where we began. Although it should be the same logs as here. Okay, this is boring. Where's the good stuff? So it literally checks all the permissions one by one, it seems like, to see like what is it allowed to do and not allowed to do. So we do have like /data/app, and then com. Then we have /lib. That might be a path that I need to go look at. On a lark, do I maybe just have images sitting on the device? I didn't even check to see. Does like the local file system. Just see here. Actually, I can mount it, right? I can say how do I do that again? Allow device file access. Let's see. Let's see. Document. Well, this is a video recording I think I took. Right. Okay, so that would be one way to... That's if I did the cast recordings. Okay. It says that there's no pictures. But there also should be like a user root piece, right? Android data. Oh, here we go. So Android data. Yeah, I don't know why I was looking at that on the other screen. Okay, so this is that same directory probably. But shouldn't test data be here somewhere? OBB. LMNOPQR. No? Yeah, I don't think it's there. Okay. And then, where else? Alarms the thing. I mean, I would think there would be at least even like a file that's empty, because it said it succeeded. But that's not going to show me everything. What if we did meta quest download file from user : // Yeah, but you're not going to tell me this. Oh, I hate your website. You've locked me in. Ah, I hate you, Meta. And I'm not going to win that battle. Okay. Meta quest copy file from user : // And let's open a new tab because you suck. Yeah, this isn't going to help me. Hold on. Well, let me finish with this here. Freeze input 1 on home button down. Server connection. Now we get into our logs. So here's the initial setup. Requested permission. I mean, this is more logs than what goes to the console. Controller only. Okay. Query failed. Installing profile. Set stop. So is it shutting down now? Is this where it shuts down? Oh, here we go. Permission granted, checking feeds, feed true. Success. So if I was going to see anything in the logs, it probably would be right here or here. Get size, unrecognized pixel format is supported, failed. Failed to allocate generic buffer. Failed to allocate 4x4 layer count 1.4. I have no idea what that is. Graphic buffer failed, unknown error. That might be related to what I'm doing. And then we have success. And then a few moments later, touching the button. This is really annoying. I would really like to be able to get a file off this device. One, to confirm that I'm getting the camera working, and two, so that way sorry, I'm making a little adjustment. Yeah, I mean, I want the test data as well. So I want to confirm that it's working, and then also I could then have an actual real image captured using the actual camera, so that when I'm testing the OCR stuff, I know that the quality is going to match. Destroy pass-through. Error. P-tracker is null true, condition true. And we're going to look for JPEG. And that's it. The only reference to JPEG is the loading of that file. I'm in Vim mode. My brain's in Vim mode. Finished writing file. File name. Just to confirm what that looks like. And to heck with it. I'm gonna run it again. I'm not gonna capture the logs. What's the point? Because the logs aren't telling me anything. But I'll have logs here, so at least I'll be able to see that. And then I can go look into some of the code that I had written before, try to understand where that directory is. Can I put that somewhere else? Yeah, I don't know. All right, it's loading. Allow permission. Finish loading. For the heck of it, I'll hit the button, even though it's going to fail immediately. It should anyway. And then we'll kill it. Then let me check the... Yeah, so it is slowly charging. When it actually goes to sleep for a second, this cable is fast enough to charge it slowly. Yeah, failed to load image. I expected that. Finished writing file, user : / reading room. Yeah, I love that format. .jpg. Nothing. What if I take off that? It's gonna give me a bunch of permission denied. Yeah, fine. We're talking user : other /. Time to go to GitHub. So this is all Godot specific stuff. Quest. Quest book. So someone's working on a quest in a game. Request. Okay, so this is like a save game type thing. Quest. Maybe meta? Well, let's just do meta quest. found meta. We find meta a lot. This might help. Path is star.gd. $340. Again, it's all going to be metadata and game questing type stuff, so this isn't going to help me. Well, this one's Meta Llama. I'll leave this up just for comfort food. So this was experimental. Said it didn't work. And I want to save the current view to a JPEG when a button is pressed. Problem is that there are unallowed characters in the file name. So we should alter it to be something like that. Date, time, and then build the path, and then save it. I want it to save the current view. Fine, and then you have your function. Get the error. Okay, so that's not really anything more than what was already there. I'll get back to that. Right, well, what if I did this? Let's have some fun, shall we? Let's collapse these, shrink all that down. Let's add a node. Hold on. What are you? Are you your own scene? Fine. I'll be lazy. Point. Like that. And then here we will do sprite 3D. Godot set load image Write 3D. Haven't really done this before. Add a sprite node. Drag your image to the texture property. Oh, new image texture. Here we go. And do I have a picture that I can just put there temporarily? Yeah, let's do, since we want it to be a JPEG anyway. Whoa. Okay. Let's I can scale it, right? Let's double it, and then we'll drag it down. We'll drag it back to there, and we'll do let's just drag it up. Perfect. And then the question is, can I just assign it then? We'll call it temp pick. And then let me just see if I can reassign it. Well, let's just run the simulator. Might as well just use the simulator for this. I don't technically need... Yeah, I can see the images there. All right, that's fine. So I guess I'm on the main script here, so I should have access to... Well, let me do a little test. Let me go to OCR Manager, because I have those files. So when I do the processing, so that's OCR process. Godot load. Wait. Godot load image. Right, this is the importing images. Got you. Okay. Well, that's importing textures, but how do we do it from code? For me, it's just fun to play around with this too, because I still need to learn Godot. I haven't really been doing much of that. I've been spending way too much time doing C++ and Android builds and other nonsense. So this is, even though I've been working on Godot for the past like 2 months, it hasn't been Godot stuff. It's been other stuff. Okay, so let's do our image is an image, which is image.new, and then image.load, and we have to do path. So we can do res : / testing / plus images 1. And images 1 would be the Redwall 70. Print. And I'll say swapping image for just do that. We're going to run on Windows for the moment. And you know what? Let's just skip OCR processing, because I don't need the OCR at the moment. I know it works, it's just really poor performance. And then I am going to history pipe grep them. Yeah, I can never remember the location of this. Maybe I can. App data roaming metaxr. Maybe I can create a symbolic link, maybe. All right, let's disable that, and then we can run the simulator. And I press the button. There's the image there. Redwall 70, perfect. So now, what I wanted, can we do $? Godot GD script set property on child node. Let's do, this is starting to get ugly, but it's all test code and I've got it all version controlled, so. So this is the OCR manager. Right. Table is static body 3D. Okay. Table dot get child index. Oh, get node. Temp pick. Let's just do var pick is of type sprite 3D. Pick dot texture dot var new image image oh sorry, what am I doing? Image. Value type image cannot be assigned to texture 2D. Let's see here. Image texture. Gotcha. Var image texture, which is going to be because that's what I did. I went with an image texture. Okay, I'm starting to understand this a bit more. Was it image text dot create from image? And that's going to be our image. Okay. It doesn't hate it. Let's see what errors we get. Well, changed it. What if I just do a breakpoint? So what do we have here? We have our image, right? Is an image a local? Yeah, there we are. There's our object. There's our texture. Yeah, okay. So maybe it failed to load it in. But what are my logs saying? I mean, it swapped it, right? I mean, so all that worked. It just swapped it to something blank. Okay. So this is a new image. Load image path. But only difference is using a file dialog node as a path project file here. Someone suggested a solution that worked for me. Can I load an image from file system into my program? Image path, new image, load, texture new, set, dot texture is the image texture. Image texture set image. He did a set image from his image texture. He did a regular load like I did. And by the way, these files all should be a part of the project, so I don't need to do anything special there. Note that set image rather than create from image. Right. So maybe this will work. Hey, okay, that did work. There. All right. So now, this all worked. Can I steal this Let's go back to our main. I'm like going slow because I don't want to like rush and then have it not work and then not really understand why it's not working. Was it Shift Tab? Nope. Tab, Tab. There we go. Swapping image 4. So we have a new image. We load it from a file. I'm not gonna like, I don't need to do that. We already have image up here, so I can kind of just swap it in. Yeah, actually, let's do that. And so then the other thing is I don't have table. Since I know this works now, it should be /table. Where am I? So we have an image. And we have our temp pick. So now I should be able to just run this on the headset. And it may actually work. I may be able to actually see what this thing is. Go, permission requested. All right, I can see the old page, and if I touch it, it sets it to blank. Invalid assignment of property or key texture with value of type image texture. On a null instance, so it's null. Couldn't you have told me that before? Okay. For fun, let's do I had to sneeze there for a second. So we know at this point that this works. Can I not drag this up? Okay, there we go. So we have a image texture here. So it says no sub-resource. I was hoping to see if maybe Okay, so yeah, that's the problem. I was hoping like it would show me something so that I could use the editor here to confirm that it actually exists. But it doesn't show me anything. It's so annoying. This debugging is not very useful then. So what? Well, we do have pick. Pick has a texture. It's just like our image isn't anything. Great. So setting a breakpoint isn't gonna do anything. Well, before I continue. Nope. So I guess if we're back to this. Wait, hold on. Right. We press it and it changes. Now what I was testing was wait, did I set the right thing? Sorry. Hold on. Should be here, right? I might be out of my mind. Let's try this again. Right, on touch. Image texture is just a remote thing. Image is just a remote image. Right. Doesn't show us anything. So I can't see anything. Okay. So all this, I mean, this is good anyway to be able to just like see it in the system. Double check something real quick. Okay, so image, so I'm just back to the original problem, which is we don't have an image at this point. So it didn't properly get a texture, which means, okay, all this is good. All this worked. Thank you, everybody, for that. And it didn't write a file because it's null. There's nothing to write. So I can't even cross that bridge yet. So I was already wasting my time trying to find the file in the local file system. But there's definitely not a file. Once I know there's a file, then I can worry about why can't I not write it and then pick it up and download it kind of thing. So all this works. What was this search? Yeah, I don't care about any of that just yet. Yep, Sprite 3D worked. We'll get there. So, how does this thing, how do you use it? After getting a camera feed, you need a camera texture and set its feed ID to the feed you selected. I have a couple of examples here. Let me kill this. So what is he doing here? So feeds, camera server feeds. Let's take a look at that. All right, so I'm just going to look at all the feeds. But it's not really camera server per se. Is a camera. So what are the camera options I have here? So camera server extension. Maybe I need to do that. Unless it's, oh, camera server extension new. So what am I doing here? I already have that. All right, fine. Let's go back to this vanilla example. But then why do I even have wish it would just give me the actual error. It's like you have to like have a bad one. Oh. There we are. It's not going to be an array, it's going to be a camera feed. Okay, so permission granted, request permission. Right, so that all works. That's the only place we're using it. So I feel like that's not right. Again, I'll stick with this for the moment. But I get the feeling I need to do something else there. But let's run it. I feel like I'm so close. Just not getting the image. I'm just not accessing it correctly. I wish there was like a REPL or something I could work with. I thought there was for Godot. I might have to look into that because this is just really annoying the way I'm having to work with this. I can't rapidly prototype code. I have to like write some code and then run it and see. Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay, well it's null instance, that's fine. Oops. Kill this. Checking available feeds and then feed name. So there's only one feed. That shouldn't be the case. This is being buggy. Okay, disconnect, reconnect. Headset's not responding. Filled up the entire log, so I didn't get much. But I do know that this name was just one. So, but it's a camera feed extension. Okay, what if I try that? And run it again. But like it calls this. So camera texture. Okay, yeah, I think it's just some basic. This time I'll remember to kill it right away so I don't end up with a million logs that are just dumb. Because it should be instantaneous, just about. So I just need to accept the permission and then immediately shut it down. Here we are. Give it a moment. Permission dialog, accept. And then I'll immediately kill it. Still just one feed. Feed active false. So it needed to be that. Is it camera extension? Camera server extension. Permission granted. Permission result. Request permission. Get reference count. Get user signal, call deferred. Connect. And then we do have camera server extension dot. So we can create a new one, which gets us the object we just had. Connect flags, and that's it. So it does seem like camera server has one feed. That could be a limitation of this library not even try like because I don't think this was necessary. This was designed for Android. This wasn't designed for the Quest, so it may just be locked into a single feed. Opt camera feed, select camera VBox, select feed. Item selected, connect. Camera feed. Attached to your device. A camera feed gives you access to a single physical camera. Start capturing frames. Note. Set the camera's name. I don't need this. Right. Camera feed on ready. Prints the name. Camera, which is a camera feed, is set to the feed. Camera feed, which is a camera feed extension, is set to, I'm just hard coding it to the first one we find. We could do this. And then I don't want to lose it. Camera feed equals feed. Found feed. You know, maybe I can actually look at the feed as a breakpoint. That might be a thing. That's got to be a string, almost certainly. Could take a look at that. And then I might be about to give up for the moment. Take a break, eat some food, think about it, come back with fresh eyes. But let me just see this for a moment. So once our camera, the camera at this point is a camera feed. We set feed as active true, feed is active. Set the format there to 1. Which I think you have to set the format. I don't think anybody else is doing this. Yeah, this is all the extension. I'll just look everywhere on the off chance. That I find something interesting, even though I don't want C++ code. Yeah, I don't think this exists anywhere. Yeah, I didn't think so. So you set it to active. Get shader parameter material. I have no idea what material is or where it came from. It just exists. Cam text Y. Cam text. Camera get ID. Set shader parameter. Right, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing any of that. On Android, the format is checked. Even when set feed active is executed, it doesn't become active. Yeah, so you have to set the format is what they're saying. After you get a camera feed, you need a camera texture and set its feed ID. Camera texture. Camera texture dot, what else we got here? Set ID for path. Set its feed ID, then activate. What says then activate the feed, which I did, and that didn't work. Okay, so if he's got a project, he has it hidden, so I can't see it. Yeah, your tutorial isn't a good one. Granted. Check for new feeds. Same as above. I think I knew this, so I needed it to set its type. Got you. So I guess this is the upcasting of the type, and so is this. Get formats and set formats won't work. All right. Yeah, I don't need a compile guide. Sure. Right, that's everything. There's really nothing else to say. Other than, let me just run this, and this will be the last thing I try. And whether this works or not, I'll probably step away now. All right, let's see. Another moment, it should launch. Oh, it hit my breakpoint, right. So what's our console log? Found feed 1.1, and our debugger is, yeah, what is feed? Zero is JPEG. Oh, 1 is JPEG. 2 is JPEG. Oh, okay. 0 is small JPEG. Okay, I could try the different ones. Try different formats. Clear that out. And it's white. Swapping image. But wait, I shouldn't be doing that. Am I doing the wrong thing here? Yeah, of course the swapping image is going to fail. That wasn't what I was trying to do. All right, let me try this again. So it should immediately run through here, connect, feed active, and then we actually should get this error here, right? Nope, wrong thing. Kill that. Sorry. Don't press the button. Pressing the button is for the other thing, which won't work because the file doesn't exist in the local file system, and that's why I won't write. That'll never work. I mean, until I manually copy over the file, but I'm not trying to do that. I was just using that as a test case. I don't need to press the button. This should just do the whole thing right away. I'm slightly hoping this will just magically work right before the finish line. Okay, it's thinking. Permission check. There we go. invalid assignment of null, so it doesn't have a value. That's fine. Let's try. Oh. Let's try the different formats. So 1 was attempted, now I'm trying 3. Who knows? Maybe there's a slight chance. Thinking. Null. Let's go to 0 first, why not? Yeah, why is it? Shouldn't have been debugging. Should have been done with all that. Let's run it. Loading and permission menu, allow, and there's our null instance error. One more to try, just for the hell of it. There's no way it's ever going to work, but give it a shot. Why not? Now I'm going to force myself to stop. Because as always, the way these things work is I'll go away and then come back and probably fix it in like 2 seconds. That's how it always is with these kinds of problems. That's what I hope will happen once I look at it with fresh eyes. Okay, loading. Initialization succeeded, permission allowed. And as expected, failure. Okay. Let me just set this back to what I had it before. I think I wanted to set it to 1 because format, the one format I thought was JPEG per the Godot docs, but that's fine. It's a null instance. Let's clean that out. All right, I think I'm going to stop here and then Might stream tomorrow, but probably not. All right. Thanks for hanging with me.